Hey guys, my name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool. Today, I'm here with the one and only
Katie.
It's Katie! Katie and I are here to kick some ass in the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which we all know is a beat 'em up style game. Actually, so Phoenix Wright was in, I think it was Capcom versus Marvel?
Yeah.
There's
There's a very funny scene of him and Edgeworth cowering from She-Hulk. It's very funny.
Wait, what? In the game, there's actually a scene like that?
And Phoenix, She-Hulk. I'll pull up the image for you.
Oh, thank you for staying on in, Chip. I hope you enjoy your time here. We made sure to get our boy Whooper out here for the good defensing.
Here you go.
Please, I gotta see this. I want to see it too. Here, I'll quickly save the image and share the image with you guys. Give me 1 second.
You can just Google. You can Google it too. Like, it was one of the first images that came up if you just Google all three of them.
I mean, this thing's funny as hell. I'll show it on stream real quick. Do I have a? I do have an image thing. Properties. That's Peggle. I don't want Peggle. So this image.
Images may be subject to copyright. Oh no.
Here's the image real quick. It's just really fucking funny. Because, like, Edgeworth and Phoenix are holding each other real tight right here.
She's very spooky.
The case running away from a powerful woman. Oh god, that's a great thing. If that's actually in the game, I'm gonna I will have to get that game. I was gonna ask if because we're in Japan here and like some of the characters here got swords. I was gonna ask if any of them made it in, but I'm assuming the answer is no.
That game was made before the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright, Trial, Episode 1, Trial 1, Part 2. Let's go.
Ace Attorney's been around for a pretty long time now.
22nd of November. Oh, wait. What was last week? Okay, it was the 29th of November, so we did start... Oh, you know what? If we had started this 2 weeks ago... It would have been the 22nd of November.
RIP.
Damn. Give me an F.
Too slow.
We were 1 week too slow. Give me an F in the chat, baby. These words are way too big for me. Like judicature and a chamber, like those are way too big words for me. I can't read that. That's like so big. Oh god, what was his voice again? I went for...
Like Edgeworth, but lighter.
Yeah, I kind of went for like a cool, chosen kind of like anime character.
I mean, just look at him.
The wind blows in my... What was that thing called again? The wind blows in my headband continuously, even though we are indoors.
I used the Japanese name for it, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
Are those pictures in the background like... Because one of them suspiciously looks a little bit like Old Judge from the Ace Attorney games, but like I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence or just because it's old men.
I mean, I think they're all judges. Not really a fan of that white flower right there in the defendant's lobby.
Why is that? Is it like
it's a culture thing, and I might be misunderstanding part of it, but like if you put like a single white flower on like students will like bully each other by putting like a single white flower because they're like, it's like a funeral flower, like go die.
What?
Yeah, you'll see in some really nasty like bullying animes and stuff, like people will put like the white flower on the other person's desk.
God damn. I want that spike badge. Yeah, that badge, the what's it called again? The university color pin, that pin's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I dig it, yeah. All right. KSG, will he figure out who did a murder? Will he finally ask Edgeworth out? Will Maya finally nuke Turkey? We'll find out next time. Did I just click something by accident? I did. Hold on. Let me. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. Ugh, my heart was in my mouth the entire time. Hey, KSG, how you doing, bud? It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and there's no Oxford comma. I'm sorry, that bugs me. There's no Oxford comma there. I'm sorry, we need an Oxford comma right before the and. The press has spent all my words on Jody feeling. I'm so sorry, KSG. The second game he won, by the way. And you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, and before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimony. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it! It's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to be inside a courtroom again.
Won't be here to hear, folks.
Game's over after this round. Game's over after this round, baby. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss
Giselle, I think, or maybe it's Giselle, but I read it as Giselle, but that could be totally wrong.
It kind of does look like the word Braille, doesn't it? Yeah. Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Okay, yeah, no, so this is not Phoenix. KSG, okay, so we beat the Phoenix Wright game a little while ago.
The trilogy.
We beat the trilogy a little while ago. So now we're playing Phoenix, we're playing the Great Ace Attorney, which Ryunosuke is Ryunosuke Naruhodo, which is Phoenix Wright's like great-great-grandfather from the 1800s. Oh, there's a joke? Sorry, did I miss a joke? Wait, that's not Phoenix. And he's not right. Oh. God, I was slow on that joke. God damn it.
Me too. In my defense, just came home from work and all that.
Yeah. No, I was just slow on the uptake here. That's a good joke. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of. I wonder if that's gonna be like, is that gonna be like, like I know like in other Ace Attorney games, like you had like an observation superpower instead of a Magatama. Is this gonna be like an observation superpower?
Ryunosuke is not super powered.
Oh, this is bullshit. Okay, so Ryunosuke gets no superpowers, no special spirit shit.
He is just a normal man. Listen, there's a lot of like, that's what I kind of like about this though, because like you have to remember like the forensics of the time and stuff. Even if we're like taking some liberties, you're just like, oh yeah, you don't have things that are pretty much taken for granted in the main Ace Attorney. Like photographs are novel here.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not gonna have like security camera footage. So like crimes that like would be totally impossible to commit are now totally possible to commit.
That's a good point. I find it really funny because like I'm thinking about this in terms of I'm trying to think about this in terms of like, you know, I find it funny like, you know, people are always like okay, maybe you don't know, but like, damn, they're all boomers, so Botanist will fit right in. Thanks, KSG. I kind of think of it like everyone's always like, oh yeah, no, Anakin Skywalker's stronger than his kids, like Luke Skywalker. I'm just like, Ryunosuke's like the OG super strong best lawyer, while everyone else has to like rely on a special gimmick, and Ryunosuke's just like, bitch, please. I am just a normal dude. You guys have magic powers and can barely do what I do.
That's kind of like Edgeworth. Edgeworth's fun little mechanic in his is he has logic. Where you just connect things that you've discovered together to make until you get a working theory. It's very funny.
Okay.
It's just like he does later have something called logic chess, but that's also just like again his mental representation of him.
I'm sorry. So here's what we have. All right. Let me get this straight. So Phoenix Wright has
a magic rock.
Has a magic fucking rock. Athena Sykes has the ability to hear sounds, if I remember correctly, like tone stuff.
She can hear emotion in voices.
What's his name? Polly has the ability to like see nervous twitches.
Yeah, he can see nervous ticks.
And Edrith is just smart.
Edrith's just smart.
We have like the fucking Avengers of defense attorneys here, right? And Edgeworth is going. It's like you know how Hawkeye's is like an Avenger, and like he's just a normal fucking dude, or Black Widow. Like he's just a normal fucking dude doing like whatever he fucking needs to, and competing with like fucking the Hulk and fucking Spider-Man and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the funniest shit. And there's just a gap of a cool suit, and he's still yes, exactly.
And the crazy thing is, it's still super fun.
It's so funny.
I mean, he does have the power of walking.
He does.
He does have a walk sprite, and you can run around, and sometimes Gumshoe follows you. It's great.
You can also make him spin.
You can also make him spin.
Edgeworth has the turkey to go. Edgeworth is the drippiest of them all. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's continue. I mean, I've been overly. Oh, I said that one already. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman that you saw with your actual 2 eyes. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, and then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just as after I bent down to pick it up, bang! I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me to some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, okay, the 3D models are yeah, a little bit, huh? I have no idea what happened outside the dining area. Other than that. There you are. Well done, both of you. Yes, I got it right. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you've planned this from the start. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn what they can. We have an AMA, favorite Ace Attorney game, and let's specify. Are we talking about game or case there, KSG? Game. Okay. What's my favorite game? What's your favorite game?
For me, I do.
Out of the
really
OG3.
Out of the OG3. Okay. Out of the OG3. Hard. I do think, in general, I really like Ace Attorney 1. It just has a lot of really fun cases. Some of the other games have really, really good cases, but are bogged down by cases I'm not quite as fond of.
That's the same thing, same exact thing for me. Yeah.
Like, if it was based off of cases, for the original trilogy. I do think that Bridge to the Turnabout, closely followed by Farewell My Turnabout, closely followed by Turnabout Goodbye. Like, the last case in all of the trilogy is always very, very good. But I think, and it might just, I think probably the first game for the original trilogy might be my favorite. And the others are, don't get me wrong, the others are very, very good, and they actually have, like, my favorite cases in them. It's just that, it's hard because I did play them, like, back to back to back is part of it, too, is I had the original trilogy all bundled, so I did kind of play it back to back to back. I didn't have, like, time to digest each game separately, so they kind of merged together, similar to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So yeah, I think it would be overall the first game, just because it doesn't have any of the cases. I'm just like, God, this case. Offhand that I can think of. But like I said, my favorite cases are in the other ones. So, what about you, Steph?
I have to agree for slightly different reasons. So, Ace Attorney 1, the first Ace Attorney was just the most fun for me because I feel like, well, I think it comes along the same route of yours, right? Where in terms of, I just think I had the most raw fun throughout the cases, throughout all of the cases. A lot of new interesting things were introduced. You know, you had Wendy Oldbag for your first time, you had Larry Butts for your first time, you had Edgeworth for your first time, and you had a lot of like scene setting things that just ended up being a lot of fun, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed a lot of the cases in the other ones, but I think when it came to every case in Ace Attorney 1, I enjoyed every case, even the Emma Sky case at the very end, which I thought was, even though it's a DLC or whatever it was, and that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that case is very fun as long as you don't get stuck. Because when you get stuck and you commit to not having my quote-unquote memories help you, that case can really, really drag. But it's still a fun case.
So I feel like I've had, like this, we have a literal emote in this chat from Ace Attorney 1, which is the Blue Badger, right? So like, I feel like that was probably some of the most fun I had in the Ace Attorney games. Was Ace Attorney 1, and also some of the most ridiculous things, which was like, you know, fucking, let's interrogate a goddamn parrot. Like, that's fucking funny. That's really fucking funny. And I think some of my hardest and most consistent laughing was in Ace Attorney 1. Every other game had fucking hilarious moments, do not get me wrong. And there were moments where a lot of the times that I just fucking mentally synced with the characters to a degree, and it was just fucking hilarious. But I definitely think, like, had I been playing alone or whatever, I think I would have enjoyed Ace Attorney 1 more versus, like, you know, I'm playing with Katie and we're able to talk about it and dick around a bit. So, like, we're able to make jokes to each other, and I feel like that made my enjoyment of all three of them significantly higher. I feel like if it was just to be alone, I think I would have enjoyed Ace Attorney 1 the most, followed by Ace Attorney 3, then 2. They're all good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're all really good. But I feel like the first one's my favorite, with my favorite case also being Turnabout Goodbyes, just because of how scene setting it is, and to a degree it carries through to Game 3 too. So like, I really appreciate how scene setting and funny it is. I don't know, it's just been a fun game. That's my personal opinion. But now we're about to see the Great Ace Attorney, which I think these are your favorite in the franchise, right?
They might be. We'll see. We'll see how things pan. They might be.
We'll see as the next year passes.
I really, really liked Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Which you can only, if you're English, you can only play the fan mod of, because it was never translated to English, which was a shame, because for a while it was like one of my favorites. But I do think I might like. I do think that Great Ace Attorney Chronicles as a whole is my favorite game in the series. It has a bunch of really, really fun mechanics. It has a bunch of charm and really, really fun characters. It just has it all, in my opinion. I really like the cases and the writing. I don't think there's a case here, too, where I'm like, God, this case. I think I was enthralled for all of them.
This blue cloth, it reminds me of that man.
How do you remember that reference?
Because I thought it was really funny that the object description for the blue cloth was just like, it reminds me of that man. I just thought it was really fucking funny.
Yeah, that's fun. In the Ace Attorney investigation series, they're like afraid to mention Phoenix's name, so they just always call him that man, and it's very funny.
And every once in a while, like I see the sprites of it, you just see Phoenix, Maya, and Pearls in the background, like on tourist sites. It's so funny.
Like, Easter egg cameos in the background, and they're never noticed by Edgeworth.
It's like, I don't want to see that man ever again. And he's like a floor above him in the observatory or some shit.
Very funny. It's like, I wonder what's behind this wall. Meanwhile, you can see behind the wall, and it's Phoenix. Edgeworth can't. It's very funny. But yeah, let's continue.
I wanted to avoid a situation where a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference, lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis in his life. I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyways. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stats. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma? Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he did the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. Oh fuck, it's right, it's Pain. It's fucking Pain, I forgot about that.
No, it's Ouchie.
It's Ouchie, right. But I have no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then, I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need.
Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama.
Defendant Naruhodo! Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before these old fossils know what hits them. Oh no, she faded away. She's dead. Oh no! Cosmo? This is a banger of a song.
It is. I love the music here too. So good.
What? Thank you. Really. What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed in me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend, and only a friend. Emphasis on the word friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend. And only friend. No other meaning. He is. This isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely can't. How are they? It's not just
It's his fighting spirit, F&O.
How is his headband flowing there? It's his fighting spirit. It's the power of friendship. All right, then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. I hope there's more ridiculous. I know there are a few more ridiculous animations coming soon. I hope there's even more, though. Like, I hope it gets like...
Oh, the animation... Like I said, I think they used some live capture for some of the animations. Some of them are pretty fun.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And not only on the main characters.
Oh, I cannot wait. What was his voice again? Oh! The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryonosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Ouchi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds! And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Sorry. I see the animations where the criminal gets caught. Same here. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryonosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy! Wait, this... Alright, time out. This law system was just invented in Japan. You're also a rookie boy. Like... Shut up, you rookie boy! I'm 80,000 years old! But because I'm older and I just got this job yesterday, it means I'm not a rookie!
I mean, yeah, I don't know how long they've had their new court system set up.
It doesn't sound like very long, though. It sounds like they just added it to Yume University.
I don't remember any of my Japanese history.
You and your friend know nothing. Nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with the great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Wait, stop. Time out, hold on. Who would appear to have little love for the changes about the cultural... Yeah, Mr. I don't want to be a open world person. Fuck off. Mr. I don't like the fact that Britain's coming in and becoming an ally. Fuck you. Any political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I love his eyes. His crazy eyes. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there's one thing I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Well said, Ryunosuke. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just like laughing at along with you.
You little brats! Thank you, Counsel. The court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Jazeel Brett. Yes! Your Excellency! Whoa! Whoa! That's one hell of a hat. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentleman to Japan and from such a distant land. And that is how Aoichi died, yep. Tea! Someone bring English tea. In England, no discussion takes place without tea. Can confirm. Is that true? No idea. They're simps, Oh, look, every fucking game, there's at least one character the goddamn prosecution and judge simps over. Before it was April May. Then it was the clown girl, who we haven't gotten to because we haven't played like Ace Attorney a million or something. And now there's English lady, whose name I already forgot, Jazeel.
Still don't get the clown thing. I'll be upset about it forever.
So, can we possibly trouble you to share your name and occupation for the court? You forgot Dolly and Iris. I did forget Dolly and Iris, yeah. God, I give him kind of a butler voice. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosunaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter of La Carnival. Yes, we all know about you already. Who cares about the clown exactly? Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today, you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are one thing you're sure of. Oh, yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description of this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. Do we even get to see her eyes? Oh. Go for it.
Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, to be fair, she was have so much practice with, yeah. To be fair, I imagine if someone was reading cursive English and never learned how to read English, this is what it would look like. Like, honestly, I feel I could definitely see the I am something in the first few letters, right? And in something, you know, like I can see a few things that look like cursive English, but like, you know, I watched this really great video where it was like, what do other language sound like to foreigners?
Oh yeah, that one drives you insane.
I love it. It's so cool. But at the same time, I feel like it's like this, but for writing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that video is very fun. There are times where you're just like, I swear I could understand what they're saying if only I listened a little bit harder. It's so interesting.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but... What? Wah, 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 wah.
Now we just sound like the adults in the Peanuts.
I thought it was the dog from the Dog of Wisdom.
I was doing that, but
Yeah.
as I was making these noises, I was like, now we just sound like the adults in the Peanuts. Wah, 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 wah.
This lady says her name is Jezebel Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in UMaine University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was beautiful as a hummingbird song.
As far as I could tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yeah, I agree. You obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't razzle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? She says yes. That was a lot of words for yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? This is voice acting. Thank you, FNO. She'd like to apologize. Oh. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. And you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print?
Stevie, thank you for the raid. Oh no! Shout out to Stevie Snaps. Were you playing Legend of Zelda? Hi Stevie, how are you doing today? We are voice acting the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which means that none of us are British yet, but eventually we will be.
Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of that crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Hey, I'm a Brit. I will judge you. Please, Stevie, do judge me harshly for my bad voice acting. I'm with Katie here. She's a much better voice actor than I am. But yeah.
No, I can't even begin to stress how wrong that is. How incorrect that is.
Ting today, welcome on in. But yeah, we have Herlock Shlom's coming up, and I have to give him an accent, and that'll be interesting.
Probably not this stream. We probably
No,
won't get
like
it. 2
2 streams from now or something, right?
Yeah, unless we're suddenly very speedy in this case. But...
Discombobulate. He comes for right hook, then discombobulate. Perfect British accent right there. Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say... Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. No Katie, only Corvus, exactly. Order in the court.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency?
Will Warren Jotson become? Will Warren Jotson be accompanying Herlock Shlom's? I don't know yet.
You might know if you think about it, but we shall.
Wait, is Ryonosuke the John Watson?
No, Steph, go into the court record really quickly, please, and thank you.
No, really? Did we just kill John Watson? Like, I was gonna make that joke. I really was. I was like, oh, it sounds like John Watson. But like, I was like, nah, it can't be. It's not John Watson. It's John Wilson, right? Did they kill John Watson?
Who's to say?
Wait, time out. Was the actual John Watson a medical guy?
Yeah, Watson was a doctor.
Right, it's Dr. Watson. Oh shit, Jesus Christ!
We're already having some fun twists, huh, Steph? We're here for some fun times.
It's John Wilson. I didn't realize, I was gonna make a joke like, oh, this is probably like a John Watson. Ha ha ha. You know, it's a joke. No, fucking, this is John.
Should have made the joke.
I was gonna make it at the beginning. I'm like, oh, yeah, this sounds like John Watson almost. Like, that'd be cute. But also, like, we'll probably see him in the future, right? No, fuck, he's dead. Rest in peace, John Watson. They should have changed the name to Juan Johnson. He probably had it coming. No, effing no. Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of the frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Please tell me I just had to, like, object every thing. This is actual testimony. I can. When did the British accent start? I do not know yet, Stevie. We are still in Japan right now, which I don't want to do a Japanese accent. They didn't name him Juan Johnson, so he's probably a phony anyways, yeah. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long after, the accused looked at the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes.
Oh. Why am I becoming Mickey Mouse?
It's me, Mickey! Believe it or not, I was actually in England! In the 1800s. I killed John Watson! Fuck you, BBC!
There's only enough room for one franchise around here.
It sounded like Banjo. Oh, God. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. This is a condemning. No, I don't have any kind of argument with that. I didn't have any kind of argument with that professor at all.
Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard, and look at this snow-white angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court's gonna believe.
You're still making the same mistakes, Ryonosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from the lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. Except nearly fucking everywhere, like the giant goddamn swan in her giant goddamn hat. Like, I'm sorry.
Just look at her. Nary a crevice in sight.
There's definitely no padding on any form of the dress she has. Like, what do they call that part that's on the butt of the dress right there? Like that big like butt part. I mean,
I don't know. I'm tempted to just say the butt part.
like, look at that butt part. Look at that. Look at that.
I know what you mean. Like, it's not the hoop. It's because like they do add like an extra like butt thing there.
I think I know what it's called. So if you were to talk about it in fashion, right? The fashion world calls it the badonkadonk. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's a scientific, fashionable term for it. The badonkadonk part of the dress. I could ask Elijah. He used to do fashion.
Yeah, I was about to say if Elijah was here, he would know.
I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere. Yo, Ryonosuke, you and I are gonna have a great time. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
Unless and until the precise location, oh my god, where the witnesses to have hidden the weapon can be shown, this is moot.
Yeah, how about her fucking hat?
How about her fucking everywhere?
How about, like, literally everywhere? There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ugh, that's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress until I could prove it. Oh my god. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryonosuke. But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. I can't wait for the goose's mouth to shoot someone. Ultimate goose game times 10, baby. If to do that, we'll need to pull her testimony apart. He's smiling. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
Again, I do like the 3D sprites because they just allow for like that little like smirk right there. Like,
yeah.
It's fun when it's like this.
Let's press that. After 2 p.m., in fact, that's really quite a late lunch, isn't it?
You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are en vogue, isn't that right?
No.
No.
Oh,
That's me.
that's
How
you.
dare you speak over me? Go.
Ah!
It's having a hit list. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working on the victim's research laboratory, it seems, though it was apparently a daily occurrence where they would go to lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is.
So, you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? Only a beef steak.
I ordered for myself only a beef steak.
Oh, right, okay. I missed that, yeah.
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had tooth removed at the Hada clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of the fact? It seems so, yes. She heard the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean... that it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left?
Dear me, what a harrowing experience! To have traveled to a distant land on the far side of the world and have been embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear. I swear I'll crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So, the victim, Dr. Wilson, Watson, has had nothing to eat or drink at all. That's right, other than some carbonated water. Just water. Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryosuke, about this witness's testimony?
It's very meaningful. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case. Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing?
The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Elijah, sussy baka. Hey, Elijah, we got a question for you. What is the butt of a dress called? Like, Old English dress that have a really big butt? Like you'll see it in a second.
It's not just a petticoat, right? It's like the butt petticoat.
the buddy coat. The buddy coat.
Buddy coat.
The buddy coat. Look at Elijah, that shout out. The bustle.
That might be correct.
Well sidestepped counsel.
Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm gonna remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I hope there's some more useful tips you're picking up from all this experience. Than that, Ryunosuke. Yeah, that part where that part behind her. Bustle. The bustle is a padded cushion tied around the waist to accentuate the petticoats. Okay. Then yes. I ordered the beefsteak for myself, and the professor and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Which, let me just take a look at the pictures real quick. There's only one glass there. Only one glass there. She's lying! Yes! Eudora Hosonaga so much. He's something, alright. We're gonna beat the shit out of him before fist, though. So you both you and the professor drank this carbonated water, did you? I will, Chip. Yes. Being the waiter, I poured the 2 glasses myself. I clearly remember doing so. Except you actually are the detective. He's so good. And the beefsteak. That was for you, Miss Brett. The lady says she's heard it's not customary to eat beef here until Japan opened its doors to the world. Yes, that's true. What a frightful place, is the lady's opinion. And I've heard it's not customary to eat sashimi in Great Britain. Now that's frightful. Every country has its own cuisine. As long as its people have food to eat, what does it matter what it is? True. Come to think of it, the first time I tried carbonated water, it was much more of a shock than the first time I tried beef. But anyway, back to this witness's statement. Somehow, I feel like there's something out of place in what she's saying. Wink, wink. We need to pounce on even the slightest thing now, because you never know what might lead us to our goal. Our goal of turning this trial around. Understood, Kazuma. G, I think, is the save. Yeah. How many more? We have 3 more. I could fucking catch her right here. Do I want to get the other ones?
It's up to you whether you want to press them more or...
Oops. Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no use. And like I said, there's no point in repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side.
Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand.
Well, yes, that's true. But all I did was pick up the gun that's on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at the time. It was the...
That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Dirty?
Your baseless accusations could very well be the cause of an international incident, boy.
And I hate that I knew. It seems that your accusation is just as baseless as ours.
What nonsense!
The lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyway. Yeah, unless there's something I really want to press, I'm gonna go right for it. Wrong button, goddamn, I'm so not used to this button. Oh my god, they have a different button layout, I hate it. I hate it. I was pressing the object button for Ace Attorney normal. We do, you know exactly. I love this face right here. It's so funny. Feels like it's right out of an 80s cartoon.
Oh.
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 Oh, I got it. That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me, what's odd about the defense's inability to... What's odd is the defense's inability to express itself.
Gosh darn it, Mitchell. 10 minutes on the clock, no cursing. I got you. Wait, can you not show an Ace Attorney badge as evidence in this game? I don't think we have the badge yet. We have the university pen. I think we're gonna get the,
You're not an attorney.
We're not an attorney, we're a student. We're a student. Ugh. Yonosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers.
That cheers?
Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses of water on the table, not 1. Ah! You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Minutia, you say? Could it be that the detective here had removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me You can only clink with one. You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? She ate the other glass. It would seem that Miss Brett who took the glass. It would seem that it is Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was also terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact I'd been there at all. She's saying. The glass is in her hat. The glass is in her hat. Good gracious.
Sorry.
There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who can blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray? That's absurd! Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable young beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. If she says she has pockets, I swear to God. It would seem she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying.
A handbag, you say?
Yes, Your Excellency, a small handbag, handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. Where the gun is, exactly, Chip.
So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains the glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student's been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. How dare he
confuse the court with logical reasoning?
How dare he actually think about things and determine whether or not something makes sense? We don't work on sense here. We work on pure baseless accusation. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. I think henceforth we consider the matters to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. There's a deeper significance to that. There, that is. Glass, the handbag. Wait! The lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes! Do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. Which would be perfectly in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Chris, thank you for the raid. Oh, 2 raids in a row, baby. Let's go. Chris, welcome on. And let me give you a shout out, Chris. How are you doing today? DHRISL609. I did the wrong button. Hold on. Shout out. How are you doing today? Yes, we're doing some great Ace Attorney. We are doing fantastic. Clicking off straight away because I haven't played the great. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. If you haven't played it, do not worry about it. We just have the power of friendship. That's all you need to know. There's the power of friendship. How you guys doing today? Chris, how was your stream? What were you playing? Y'all tell me. How are y'all doing today? And thank you very much for the raid. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Well done, partner. I feel like you'd picked up on that too.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
She was great played Smash. Aw, hell yeah, that's awesome. It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire the gun, we can deduce that there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting.
See you later! Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Jezil's Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
No!
I haven't played this game either. I watch Bob play when the memories fade. I go play the game valid. Order, order, order.
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag to show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? Please validate me, Kazuma. I'm bleeding. Well, what a sorry situation. Certainly you have no faith in the police. No, we don't. We don't have metal detectors. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. This photographic print. See-through bag? Why is there a bull on his arm? Does that have any historical significance, Katie?
Historical, questionable. Significance, yes.
Fantastic. It's like he's branded like cows. I mean, I don't know, man. This print of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are in the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Thank you for the alert, Quarterhead. Maybe just a big fan of Buffalo Bulls football team. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. So there was no need to search. There was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. Ah! As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Okay, curse, baby. Let's go. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Ugh. Ugh. Poor.
He's dead now.
He's dead now.
Rest in pieces.
They can't see red, and that includes blood. Kadoa Pierce. Oh my god. Order, order.
Godot would do perfectly fine in this time period because there is no red.
There is no red. Red
Except
does.
he would need to charge his goggles. That is tragic.
It's Bills, not Bull. All F. Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit this print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As this photographic print is submitted to the court, records appears to have no further significance. I am satisfied that there are no longer any rooms for doubt in the matter, and I must make my ruling.
Indeed, and there's only one logical conclusion. That pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of the crime.
Ah, your huge football fan. Are Godot's
not solar powered. Maybe. I
maybe?
don't know.
I mean, it's
They're
cool.
fueled by coffee would be the most logical answer,
That's a
but
good point. Good point. The excessive coffee grounds he never fucking you never use. You know, all the coffee grounds are left over. He puts them into his goggles like it's like a bio engine. Oh shoot! Hold on, wait. Someone left a follow. I did not see who left the follow. Give me 1 second. Quarterhead, thank you very much for the follow, my friend. I hope you're enjoying your time here. Anyways. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it?
I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. You're wasting your time. There's no way to defeat true justice.
weaker meat while the strong eat. It's a fun thing to say.
Say again?
The second line you didn't read was very fun and rhyming.
Oh, sorry.
The weak are meat while the strong eat.
I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat while the strong eat.
I didn't see that part.
In fact, you can chew on your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma. What? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about the last photograph that the detective produced that we can contest. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Very well, I'll proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems you will be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all the evidence placed before me, I hereby find you. Wait! Your Excellency! Ryunosuke. I don't think you can rule out this case just yet.
The amateurist is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial's over, he gives his ruling.
That's the most basic protocol of the courtroom. Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photograph print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail I mean, then ruling on this case at this time would be out of the question.
This is blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. And there can be no problem with this evidence.
You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly. The new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see what we can glean from any new information from this handbag.
Ha! My thoughts exactly. Really, that prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't just a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which doesn't seem right if only I put my finger on it. Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
What?
But be warned that if I'm unsatisfied by your response here, I will bash your head in with this hammer myself. The trial will be over with immediate effect.
and then I'll execute you personally.
There's a reason they gavel's in the shape of a hammer. So I can bash your fucking skull in, you upstart. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Excellency.
So, take another look. Look at this photograph! Inspector Hosunaga submitted before. Oh god, where in this print we see the significant detail which you have alluded? Like, there's that, 100%. But like, I'm not sure if that's what I want to go for, but I kind of want to go for that. Oh, wrong button.
Yes. Look at this. Here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Objection! Dear me, I was pondering what piffle you would come up with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist. Clearly has nothing to do whatsoever with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. Save. Oh, oops, F. The police coroner had also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea where the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either.
It's in the shape of a freaking cow. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Ouchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand for now.
Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Rinnosuke? You believe this burn does have something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. If I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. I was thinking I should keep digging and digging in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right.
I am?
If we could just link that burn to the case, we can do that. We might be able to prise the shutting door back open again.
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I cannot allow you to pursue with little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn to the victim's wrist in the case, then you would allow it. I would, yes. Tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Mrs. Brett's face. Really? I had to find some link between the burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find the evidence that proves what the burn really means. So the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates the inexorable connection between the burn victim and this trial. Rick. How do I examine? There we go. We can't see his hand over here. Fortunately. There's no cow on here. Fortunate. The chair is not facing the right way, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. Oh! Ha 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 ha! Let's go! Exactly, Chip. That's what I was thinking too.
You almost clicked off of it, and I was about to scream.
What's this, Council? Yet another print. Yes, Your Excellency. I believe these photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at the scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further would really be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible on the other photograph. How did the victim have to come this unusually shaped burn on his wrist? Reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How? This game got good music. Yeah, I got good music, Ethno.
I love the music.
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, let's see how it plays out.
Show the court exactly what you mean.
What is it in the photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Yes. The beefsteak.
Actually, the point is the metal plate the beefsteak was served on. The plate!
Ah! Your Excellency, are you all right?
As you can see, there is an emblem on the plate. I would guess that is some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah. This emblem on the plate in the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
Ah!
Yunosuke, you genius! I could kiss you right now. Yours. You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
But even if that is the case, we don't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, or the day before that. It's most likely happened at some other unrelated time.
Well,
Objection!
sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, the chances for that are extremely slim. Thanks.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. When such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosunaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But...
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken about 3 seconds.
And it's inconceivable the victim would have let out a scream of pain. It's inconceivable that a victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then.
I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're a detective, not a waiter! Yes!
There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on the piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream, not on that day or any day before it. That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. What are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antique dealer, all of us without any question have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Well, yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. Nunosuke, do you think... Can it really be true? I never dreamt of arriving at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe... We've been led into a terrible trap! There's only one explanation I can think of that makes sense to the apparent impossibility. On
know
a day...
what it is, Steph?
I have 2 guesses. Either he, oh, well, okay, I guess. Fuck off. I was gonna say that maybe they, like, Hosonaga thought that the body was taking a picture of himself, like he was a cop, or he was deceased already, and they tried to frame it on him somehow, like, you know, to push it on there. So, like, I would say he was already deceased. That's my guess. Out of these 3, that's my guess. I think he's deceased. Well, let's see. Let's just do a quick save. It might have been numb from the medication. That is true. He could have been numb from the medication.
I don't think they numb your entire body when they do dental work.
No, they don't. I've actually gotten some dental work done in the past couple of years. They just kind of like numb localized here and they just kind of pop out your teeth. No man can remain silent while his wrist is burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead. Already dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead! That's madness! Order, please. Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot.
That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly has no grasp on the facts.
Objection!
No, Professor Ouchie, Prosecutor Ouchie, it's you who has no grasp of the facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while in the restaurant, the whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the course must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement.
What? Your Excellency, I'm a simp!
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I'm prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. What was that smile?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help.
Fuck?
Especially if it helps relationships between my country and yours.
Miss Brett, you speak Japanese.
Well, of course I do. I am studying in your country after all.
But then why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now?
My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible.
Damn! Oh my god, period accurate racism, yeah. Oh shit. Oh man.
I warned you about that.
Damn!
But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen.
The caucasity of this bitch.
So I can see that I shall now have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level.
The caucasity of this bitch. Damn, okay.
Oh, wow. You're the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you've graciously afforded us.
Fuck you, bitch. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting. Ryunosuke. Is Brett a reference to any other Sherlock Holmes story or no?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think this is named after a case, so, all of the cases are loosely, all of the Ace Attorney cases, the titles are based off of Sherlock Holmes tales.
Okay.
And all of the cases have something that somehow relates. They're never quite what happened in the actual Sherlock Holmes. So even if you know the story, you won't know where the case is going.
It's an homage,
But
not a retelling.
Yeah, there's always an homage or reference to something.
Is there a Moriarty? Is that a banana?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
Okay.
But perhaps I should just say banana on these things out of habit. Anyway. But unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought me my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
Jesus. That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down into the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. Easy does it.
I hope that is the last time I will have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone.
Not at all, not at all. It's just a delight to merely hear you speak, my dear lady. And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what happened here today.
Minister of Justice!
May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
She's okay. Huh? Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with a cross-examination now. I expect you've noticed this little bully of a student, as you put it. Doesn't miss much.
I like to zoom in like he's building him up. Meanwhile, you're just like, ah.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Counselor, this is your first final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Let's go. Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Let's go. He's ready. Our boy's ready. Our boy's ready. He's growing up before our eyes.
Yes!
But his hand was on the searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You cannot have noticed.
I think so. Let me ask you something.
Sorry?
Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours has been wide open.
Oh dear.
You can't not have noticed, can you?
That's 2 different things. Huh? What? Ah!
Defeated. Oh, what fun. You hadn't realized.
The dear lady's absolutely right.
As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself, Yunosuke. Why didn't you tell me?
Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing?
Jesus Christ.
Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can.
God.
Osaka's just a black butler wannabe. Jesus. God damn it, Ouchie. Ouchie's like,
Yes! Please step all over me and insult me and my countrymen and my culture and everything like that because I am such a fucking simp. Yes!
well, I can't.
Anyway. Maybe I should try and make that more sing-songy.
Make it more British when it's ever in italics.
You know me, just the best at accents in general.
Don't worry, like we're gonna have to look up like different British accents to bring forward, cause like we can't just do the same British accent. Like we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do like I'm preparing my best Paul McCartney accent, and then I'm gonna prepare my best Gordon Ramsay accent, and then I'm gonna prepare my best Elijah accent to try to like get 3 different British voices at least. Hopefully I can do that. Let's actually turn up his top knot into a goose for Brett. Oh my god. Was it? I think that's right before you were drinking carbonated water. Is that right?
Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, if you remember. Which explains why he ordered the drink. Correct, waiter?
Exactly as you say, sir. Although, whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table, I'm afraid I don't remember that.
Damn you.
I've had enough English to understand that, at least. The benefit of others, it means bless you.
Oh my god.
Incorrect.
I think it means the exact opposite.
Anyway. Say, that's a fun way to put that.
Ooh.
Yes!
You know what you could always do? So, I think the italics are her speaking English. You can always speak English when she does the italics, and Japanese everywhere else.
Oh yeah, sure, let me just do that.
Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma.
Yeah.
Ooh, sing-song.
Luckily for us, a little burn on the wrist isn't gonna kill us. And as there are no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death, it can only have been the bullet from your gun that put an end to the man's innocent life.
But it doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had cooled down even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make it burn like that. And if the victim burnt his wrist on the plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point.
And yet the fact remains the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Until you're able to show the court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time.
I concur. Prosecutor Ouchie is right. Give me a second. I need to take a look at my. How do I take a look at my things? So I can press E here. All right. So long as I don't present. Is this clearly a record of some kind of medicine? There's an entry for professional skilled. It's like if an anesthetic, depending on the anesthetic. Oh, God damn it, Stevie. Thank you for a stretch of having and stop cursing. How you doing, Stevie? How is Katie's British accent so far?
Trash, I'm sure. Shame. It seems Elijah stepped out before he could judge us for our terrible accents.
I mean, he's probably at work
Truly
right now.
a shame.
Like, he was like probably there for like a little. Thank you very much, Stevie. Yeah, I'm so sorry for my back. I felt good. But know that depending, laughing gas doesn't have anything that mixed with it that'll cause someone to die, right? I know some medications can, if mixed with alcohol, can cause you to die. Okay.
Yes!
Without leaving a trace.
Someone is shot or strangled or stabbed or thrown from a height. However a person's life is taken, there's always telltale traces on the body.
Quite right, dear lady!
I did my accent like 5 times when saying that.
And as our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga?
As I've said, I've always aimed for a flawless investigation. There'd be physical traces of all these causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's something about way of killing someone that doesn't mark.
If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life.
Wait a second. I don't think there's like a bottle or something.
Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it?
Oh no, perish the thought, calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question. Oh, my honor, Taketsushi Ouchi will cut down any who dare to cast such aspirations.
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. mean, there's the obvious thing that, one, why was he eating? Right? Because if he had gotten that burn, he would have to be sitting like this. Right hand next to it. Like, why is he in front of the steak? That's my question. Why is he in front of the steak? Because the way he's sitting implies that he is eating the steak, right? That's what's bothering me. Yeah, 'cause that's on his right hand. Which, if he's on this right hand, he'd have to be sitting facing towards the steak, right? And we can see that in this photo. He's turned around, presumably from when he was killed, which means his right. Unless he was poisoned. Ugh. There's also a few things that are wrong with this. After the scene, the glass is half full, but on the death scene, the glass is empty. Why does she take a glass in the first place? And why is the chair in both? Why are there so many inconsistencies in the pictures? Like, I'm not sure if the inconsistencies are in the pictures or actually meant to be there. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many inconsistencies.
There
It's
are.
almost like we haven't solved the case yet.
I know. Oh, fuck, wrong button.
Yeah, there's like one statement you have to press.
I know, I didn't press the last one. I don't know if that one's relevant, but that's a good point. I should press it anyways. Just calling us stupid. Just a mildly racist statement. Loki, thanks for the sub. How are you today? Shout out to Loki the Octo, who's, I think, still getting over their cold. How are you doing, Loki? Inferior, what do you mean by that?
The lands of the great British Empire. The police store for everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so?
Quite right, La Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident.
Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost.
He's been poisoned too, hasn't he?
It doesn't even occur to your your naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand.
Haha, killer blow! This lady is as formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. He's actually admitting to our police being flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Ouchie is finally starting to see sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What do you think, Ryunosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, I suspected. She's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony or the cross-examination will be over. That would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma. What, Ryunosuke? There is one thing I noticed. Something that's been bothering me. Bother you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. About the person standing next to her. Dr. Hosonaga. The detective. Yes. He seems to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant. If it might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Can I press on that last statement one more? Wait, I haven't pressed people more than once on statements now? Is that something I actually have to do, Katie?
It's teaching you a mechanic. Relax.
You think so, but this time instead of targeting the woman herself. Fuck it, curse. Let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then, I wonder what Kazuo was thinking. Find out soon enough. I don't want to press people like 10 times, I'm already mad at it. Yes! Inferior, what do you mean by that? Wait. What? I saw that thing go up there. Yes, there it is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as their interpreter. But things are very different now. With this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they listen to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. You're right, look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to duel! No, it's not. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Sorry? Pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It's all to do with the witness's marker. What marker? Oh god. At that moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the correct statement. But by moving the marker to the left and right with A, D, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. While you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with space. If you catch the person at the right, just the right time, you might uncover some information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people in the stand, take a good look around. Alright then, so I should move the marker across with A, D, and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with space, and see what's on his mind. Here we go! I'm trying to move. Let me do it. There we go.
Excuse me.
Yeah. What does it mean this? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. Really was lost in his thoughts deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say? If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Attention!
What is the meaning of this? It's the delightful English woman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault for her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. He's trying. Yes! Not to mention the fact that he he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett? Well, yes, if you don't mind. I would like to speak. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in lawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of a crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this, for example. Is that? This is a bottle of carbonated water I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, having been open 3 days now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's some left in the bottle. I can see it. One day our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming, I guarantee it. Dude's fucking dying. I can't say I condone the witnesses. I can't say I condone the witnesses' actions, but I do something. Once you're fast. But I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept this glass bottle of water as evidence. We're gonna make her drink it. Miss Brett, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death?
Yes, it was that bottle.
What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well, Consul. You may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Present. Let's take a look at this bottle in further detail. The label is written in a foreign language I don't recognize. You know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be very expensive water. Sounds good. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to France and ask. You could just say that you don't know. Oh no, the water's gone now. No!
What have you done? The evidence!
The evidence! No, just like a... Let's do a quick save so we don't get Chip an aneurysm real quick. We just checked the top of the bottle. Nothing. What is this? The bottle of water. Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison! On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from this glass? Order, order, order. And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could have done it. Jazeel Brett, it was you. This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile, have you considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling of your rash accusations that could jeopardize the entire treaty?
This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime.
What?
The fact that the woman is British makes no difference. We're here to determine the truth.
Ah!
If I may.
I will silence you forever with this.
It is you who should be silent.
Of course. Dear lady! Where did that come from? You just snapped.
I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring?
I described your police force as inferior. But no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not.
Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered a test for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. You can find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency.
What? Are you sure?
The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No!
I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you.
But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours.
I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned.
Thank you, counsel. I think the cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution asserted, the shot to the chest from the gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
I'm done for.
The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this caused you, Miss Brett.
Oh no. I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further evidence to present the court at this point?
Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryosuke. I have nothing more.
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Ta-ta! Oh! She's back.
Please, wait.
Isn't that...
What is the meaning of this?
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, judicial assistant to the defense.
Kotoba. In my darkest hour, where nowhere left to go, she appears like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. I am.
Oh, come on!
Like I said, it's a really long intro case.
How much longer is the third part?
I think it's like pretty much like equal to like what the other parts have been.
So that means it's gonna be about 2 hours. Put us to 11 a.m. Probably gonna be stopping on. Yeah, I think we're ending. All right, this is gonna be up on the YouTube by Saturday. But oh my god! Ah, I'm ready.
The twists.
The twists and turns.
turns.
I mean, Mikotoba is a medical dude, right? He does the medical stuff, which means that, in my best guess, we're coming in here with a new poison, baby. That is an English poison. And what's his name took a sip of it, and now he's dying of it because he only took a sip instead of like drinking an entire goddamn glass. So now he's dead. He's gonna die. What's his name? The guy. The inspector dude.
Osanoga
Osanoga, thank you.
or something like that.
God. Wild. All right, we're gonna
The
rate someone
twist.
today. Say again?
The twist.
The twists and turns. We're not gonna see Herlock Schlomes, but we'll see
I
him
told
soon.
you we wouldn't. Tragic.
Soon. Who are we gonna raid? We'll say a quick hi to Loki, who is doing some shiny hunting, I believe. Loki, the Octo, for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They are enjoying that quite a bit. Thank you very much, Ethno. I enjoyed the stream thoroughly. If you guys haven't already, first and foremost, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. There's a new playlist just for the Ace Attorney, the Great Ace Attorney. And there's a separate playlist for the Ace Attorney, of course. Make sure to subscribe there. We had 156 followers, subscribers there, which, oh my god, that's a lot. Thank you guys. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Here's our raid message. Say hi to Elijah on Twitter, and etc., etc., etc. Anything to add in there, Katie?
Nope. Just hope you guys enjoyed being here, and see you next time.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday for more Ace Attorney. Stay safe and stay Botanist Cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
The twist and fucking turns, my dude.